Hello, anybody that's there in the group. I've got this countdown set and I think it just moves out of the way to reveals our presence. Well, it won't reveal your presence oh, it doesn't. I need to move it. That's really funny. Oh, yeah, it does. Hi, everybody in the group. Hello, everybody in the Zoom room. If you're watching in the group, put the Zoom room link underneath in case you want to join. My husband bought me some plants, look. I'm going to do my best not to kill them. Because much as I love nature, I kill plants indoors. I'm more of a supervisor, an appreciator than a carer of plants. But there we go. Okay. Take a moment to arrive. Finding somewhere to settle. For those that are in the Facebook group, this is a moment where you've probably heard me say it before, but the Zoom room fills up. It's like people have been struggling to get their parking space and they come in, or someone's given someone else a lift. They're just rolling out their mats and settling down. So take a moment to allow yourself to land. Notice where you are. Have a little look around. What can you see? And if you can see a window, what can you see outside of the window? Perhaps if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, which those in the Zoom room are, perhaps the light that is different, the light that has an autumnal promise. What do you see in your room, your space? Items, pictures. What can you hear? What do you taste? What do you smell? And then bring that awareness to you, your body, your whole being. Noticing how you're resting, so maybe your feet on the ground or your body supported on the mat, the chair, the bed. And even make a tiny micro movement to sense into that support. Perhaps visualizing as though you're like a tree with roots down into the earth. And the essence of you rising out from the roots up through your body. How are you doing on the inside? What do you notice? Perhaps something's calling your attention. Discomfort. Something comforting, pleasurable. And how are you nervous systeming? How are you being you? How are you human being right now? And linger here, knowing that you are practicing. This is not a preamble, you're practicing. Notice your breath and follow its rhythm. No need to change it. Awareness of the inhale from the start, that gentle rise and expansion. And then the slow, the slight pause, the turn into the exhale. It gathers a little bit of speed and then slows again, reaching the end of that part, that cycle. Invite some movement off center, come off center to come back, off center to come back. It can be tiny. It can be a felt sense of it rather than actual movement, even up and down. And then settling into that place of least effort. back to the tree, your body supporting your body, your roots down into the earth, your body rising up. And then take a breath in and imagine it lengthening through the back, through the spine, right out through the top of your head. And that breath out, nourishing, softening, releasing down the front. Breath in, lengthen through the back. And down the front, maybe adding a one more. Breathing in and lengthen. Breathing out and then bring to mind someone who makes you smile. Past, present, pet person, the people in the Zoom room. So view them putting their glasses on, turning to gallery view, having a little look at the faces on the screen, and sharing a moment of connection. Smiles come naturally. We've got kisses and waves this morning. And then let that go. You know, the people in the Zoom room, you'd think they knew each other in person all the time. I think part of my body thinks I see them every week in person. It's like as though we meet in person. I have to remind myself that we don't. It's in a Zoom room. How much connection you can get through that. And so we in the Zoom room are sending that connection out to you in the Facebook group. From us to you. And receiving it back. That's lovely. Huh. Beautiful. Okay. Let your breath move your body. Let your breath be the source of the movement. And calibrate it as you need. It might be tiny. Breathing in and feeling that expansion. Breathing out and soften. And to the observer, you might not move at all. But you can feel, or this is an invitation for you to feel the expansion and the softening. So in with the arms, breath in the arms, lifting them or visualizing and softening. And if today for you, the fingers is enough, move the fingers. Your way, your practice. Breathing in. And see if perhaps you can invite flow. It doesn't matter what it looks like. And not going for the end range. No 100%, no 110%. That's where injuries of enthusiasm come in. Going for, if you're feeling under-resourced, going for 10%, 20% of where your physical movement could be. If you're feeling resourced, going for 80%. Go where you want to go. And this time, if you're willing, keep your fingers extended or your arms up. And as you breathe in, lengthen. And as you breathe out, soften. And if that feels like an ache that's a step too far, let your arms go. Next breath out, float them down. Pause and notice. Notice any shift in your nervous system from that movement. All movement is good. All movement is magical. All movement is medicine. Perhaps take some shoulder rolls each side, either together or separately, each direction. Maybe go rogue and do randomness in your shoulders. This is the group to do it. Let that movement flow through your arms. No right way, no wrong way. Oh, and without even thinking about it, perhaps your body, your trunk has joined in. Maybe bringing in a little bit of that cat-cow, which is extension, opening up the chest, flexion, rounding. I'll just turn to the side. Extension, no throwing your head back. Extension, opening up the chest, a slight curve in the spine. Flexion, a little bit of rounding. Whatever feels good. Flexion and extension. And then a bit of a side bend. So your side bend might be one shoulder up, one down. Same if you're lying in bed, same if you're seated. Or you might take an arm up and over. Breathing in, opening up the side of the chest. Breathing out, bringing the arm down. Breathing in, opening. Breathing out, down. And that just might look like a finger going up. One more each side, your way. Sometimes it's important to remind yourself that the key is the gentleness in the movement, especially for anyone with health issues, because you think, right, I need to do movement, I need to practice yoga, I need to exercise, and then you do too much too fast, all too much at once, and then can't really face it another day. A gentle twist, maybe a flowing twist. Again, if you're lying in bed, just beautiful, taking your arms side to side. And if that doesn't feel good, taking your fingers. And here, of course, you're moving across the midline, even if it's your fingers. It's good for your brain. It's good for neuroplasticity. Lulu's decided to sleep as she supervises practice this morning. Have you had a bad night, Lulu? And let that go. Have a bit of a wiggle and a bit of a shimmy. A shimmy isn't just for fun, you know. A shimmy, a shimmy has good reason. You know, if you go to the beach and you get a jar and you put sand and stone in it, and then you shake the jar and you let things settle and find their place. That's what you're doing with a shimmy. Letting things find their place. Letting things be a little bit unstuck. Coming to standing, you can stay seated or lying down, whatever feels best. Good girl. Okay. Moving mountain. Feeling your feet on the ground. Maybe lift your toes. And if you're in bed, you can take your feet flat to the bed and still lift your toes. I've still got a swollen toe after I broke it. I think it's going to stay swollen a long time. Place your toes back one at a time. If your toes don't lift, that's okay. You can visualize them lifting. Visualize placing them down. And have a little rock on your feet. Same if you're seated. I forgot to bring my chair in this morning. I think I was a bit sleepy. It's getting darker on a morning. My brain doesn't switch on to its usual full capacity quite as quickly. And bearing in mind, my full capacity isn't the same as it was. Okay, have a wiggle. Find your mountain. Strong, but not tense. Lifting. So rather than slumping, just lifting. Let the breath move the arms. And here you might feel that slight release on the vagal brake, allowing a little bit of extra sympathetic nervous system activity. What does that mean? A little bit more energy on the way up, a bit of softening on the way down. Breathing in and up. Breathing out and down. And this time you might come onto your toes. You might not. If you're lying in bed, you can point your toes. Or if you're on a chair. And down. This time you might stay on your toes. And as you breathe out, let the heels come down a little bit. I'm actually very wobbly today. My vertigo is a bit more spinny. Breathing up and higher. Breathing out and come back down. Notice. And then take the feet a little bit wider. Same if you're lying, just take them a bit wider. Same if you're seated. And a little bit of movement side to side. Same as you were if you're seated, but you might have a little bit more flow. And if you're standing, you might have the heel lift. And think about the way water moves, the wave moves. Notice, what do I want? What do I need? Where do you feel it? Where does it feel good? Where is your body yearning for more? Got something, a feather on me. And let it go. Warming up your hip. So if you're seated, you might lift a leg, might hold it, bring a little bit of a circle. If you're standing, you might hold on to something, a little bit of a circle, a little bit of a circle. And then let's take a gentle goddess. Feet wide, where they land, right? It doesn't matter if that's there. It doesn't matter if it's out here. Toes pointing out. Knees are heading over the toes. So you're coming into a gentle squat. You don't have to get your bottom down to the mat. It can be a little squat and back. A little squat and back. And you might add in some cactus arms and back. You might take your hands overhead and back. If you prefer to keep your legs straight or just have a micro bend, that's okay. And for anybody wanting to have a go to wobbly goddess, like the concept, then stay for a moment and lift a heel and lift a heel and lift a heel. Then let it go. Have a wiggle, have a shimmy, have a shake. Come down to the mat. I'm going to finish with massage, but first, come back to your breath. And you don't have to stand up for massage, you can stay seated or lying down. A journey through your body. And perhaps you can visualize the fascia running through your body. It's like the organ that you can't see. It's like the magic sparkles that runs through every single part of muscle, bone, skin, under and around. So begin by visualizing, if you wish, the blanket of fascia that hydrates your whole being. Doesn't matter how it looks in your mind, but like a gentle connection, almost even like electricity, a blanket of sparkly lights. Perhaps you can sense it at the top of your head, and noticing that blanket of sparkly lights down the back of the head, the back of the neck and across the shoulders. That blanket of sparkly lights bringing nourishment and sending messages from one part of your body to another. Maybe take some tiny micro movements at the back of your neck and shoulders, as though you can feel into it, knowing it's there, protecting, guiding, nourishing. And following that blanket of sparkly lights, that nourishment down the back of the spine. And although the core of it might be down the spine itself, you might feel the blanket stretching out to the side like a gentle hug at the back of your chest, your lower back, the back of the pelvis. Gentle, nourishing, sparkly lights of fascia running down the back of your legs, back of your thighs. And not a line, but again, as though it's reaching out, protecting round the back of your thighs, round the back of your knees, and into your legs. Right down to the back of your heel and ankle. Sensing that blanket of sparkly lights under the sole of your foot and coming around the front to the top of your foot, each side, the lower legs. And again, not just the line, but spreading around. So connecting from front to back and within. Up the front of your legs, nourishing, nurturing, connecting. Through the pelvic floor and up the front of the pelvis, the front of the belly, spreading across the front of the belly, protecting. A blanket of sparkly lights, nourishment. Spreading up the front of the chest. And down each arm, and the top of each arm, like a web of care, a web of self-care. Down the upper arms, the lower arms, the hands. From the backs of the hands to the front of the hands and up the inner arms. Blanket of sparkly lights, web of nourishment. Back up to the armpit, up the front of the neck. Through the face and back to the top of the head. That blanket of sparkly lights. It's back to the Ready Brek advert from the 80s. It's like you might be glowing a little bit. Glowing, nourished, protected. Those sparkly lights are not just on the outside, but they connect within. And perhaps if you sense your breath, as you breathe in, you can sense them glow a little brighter. And as you breathe out, you can sense them soften. Blanket of sparkly lights, nourishment, connection, communication of every cell in your body looking after you, caring for you, building strength and resilience, breathing in and brightening, breathing out and softening, letting your awareness rest in the breath and in the glow, just for a little while. You can stay there as long as you wish. If you wish to end with a little massage, then take a deeper breath. A little bit of movement, a stretch, and either staying seated or coming to standing for the massage. To wake you up a little, to bring the elements a bit more balanced as you move into your day. So begin with some random just tapping, just reminding your body where it is. You can stay lying down, you can be standing, you can be seated. Okay. Fire element. Tap and rub. Bit of friction. Wherever you choose, your head, your neck, chest, legs. Don't forget the other leg. And pause. Earth element. Tap and press. No friction. No moving over the skin. Solidity. Structure. Something very soothing about structure, or there is for me. When everything's going to a little bit chaotic, I like a bit of structure. And linger. Wind element, a tickle. Light movements. Tickle of your arms, your head, your body. Bit of space in the tickle for creativity. Bit of chaos. Bit of joy. Water. Long and smooth strokes. What do you wish to let go of? All about attachments. Something very soothing about it for me. Space. Wiggle of the hips. Wiggle of the shoulders. You can micro wiggle. Don't have to be big. Wiggle of the hands, the feet, the arms. In your space containing all of the others. And thank you very much for joining us. Those in the Zoom room and those in the Facebook group. I'm going to stop the recording and check in with the Zoom room.